So, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be part of our Ascension Zoom. Okay, so I'm Taz Ferreira from Montreal, Quebec, but I'm actually in Miami, Florida. So, we'll talk about that later. And I would love to introduce to you my colleague and friend, Becky.
Yay! Hi everyone, I'm Becky. I am a wellness coach, but there's so much more to it. I basically want to
Yeah.
help people through their awakening process, through the path of detoxification. I'll just keep it short and sweet like that. From Montreal as well.
Beautiful. Okay, so we are going to be talking about how spiritual and nutrition came into our life, right? And how we got introduced to this amazing company called Purium. So I was introduced to Purium 5 years ago. And before we get into our story, we want to play you a little video, okay? And we love this video, right, Becky? Every time I see this video, I feel like it gets better and better.
I'm so connected because I know that what you guys are gonna say it's the purity, and again that's gonna be linked to that spiritual process of ascension. So
Yeah. So we're going to play it. It's less than 3 minutes, and please connect to this video and feel it. Okay. So when I share my screen, I no longer see anyone. So bear with me. Okay. Thank you. I love this video and food of the future. And isn't that really what we're all about? We are creators, we are innovators. And the more we get in tune with that, you know, this is what brings us along the way. So I'll start with my story, right? So my background is actually in genetics, okay? And during this time while working in the lab, I became really sick. So I developed everything from aura migraines to Crohn's to eczema. And my doctors told me there was nothing that they could do. And you know what? I always say that I was spiritually guided to look at something better, look at something that actually worked. And you know what? Look at nature. So that's when I got into spirituality and I started feeling the vibration of everything around me. I started feeling the vibration of my food. And then one day on vacation, during a healthy happy hour in Miami, Florida, we went to a restaurant and they were having a healthy happy hour of green juices. I was so surprised. I've never seen this before. So when I had this green juice and I started feeling the vibration of the food, you know what? It was completely different than what I was ingesting. Everything was alive. These were all living enzymes. And then that started making me realize you are truly what you eat. When you put living vibrational foods in you, your body has no choice but to thrive. So then my body started regenerating itself. Here I am over 13 years later with no more issues, on zero medication, and I've built a massive business. I start sharing this forward. I start sharing the solution with my friends and family. They start asking me, Taz, what are you doing? So what I started doing, I started sharing $50 gift card codes. And one thing led to another. Here I am with a massive business. I 3 years later, and it's been incredible. And one of the first people that I met was Becky. So I would love Becky to share her story.
And thank you so much for being consistent with me. And I say that because, I had been in the health world. My why had to do, like, why I work within this world was because I had lost my dad suddenly to health reasons, and everything from that point forward stemmed from me just wanting to learn as much as I could about health and wellness so I could help others be with their loved ones longer than I was with mine. And I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew everything, and you had shared this opportunity with me, and I had said no so many times because my ego was in the way. And it wasn't until I started eliminating. It was right towards the end of my last bodybuilding competition where I had been consuming so much less food. So my body was lighter, meant, and what did that mean? Like there was less food, less toxins in my body. Well, then my connection to spirit was greater. I had that space. My ego was taking a little bit more of a back seat, and then in comes Biomedic. I speak of it so much because of its ability to remove glyphosate. It got that gut connection, listen to that gut feeling. It was really hard for me to have that for so long because of all the toxins that were in my body, all the antibiotics that I had used over my whole lifetime. And that is when I had like I feel there's many stages of the spiritual awakening, but that was the biggest. That's when it really came through, when I started using Biomedic and Power Shake, the Camu grass blend. I literally lost like 10 pounds overnight. I had ringing in my ears. I had like hives break out all over my body. I lost half my hair in a shower, and I started to like research like what is happening, like what's going on. Like I think I'm the healthiest that I've ever been. Like what? And then I finally realized, I'm like, okay, all this detoxing has actually allowed me to have even more of a breakthrough. What that was, it seemed like it was something bad, but it was a shedding. It was a letting go. And that's when I made that connection to realize that, because at that point I was questioning. I'm like, if you eat all the healthy food, you can eat all the healthy food you want, but if you don't heal your emotional body, you're still sick. But that's when I really realized, I'm like, okay, those healthy practices that I enforced gave me the space to deal with that emotional body. And that's when I wanted to I wanted to pair the two. I wanted to help so much, because I started doing my own inner child healing work, and I wanted to help people so much at that level. And I realized that a lot of people were still blocked. And I said, okay, you can't force anyone to do anything. Like if someone tried to force me, it wouldn't happen. It has to be of their own volition. So how I saw it is that, okay, I want to help people get to the space where they're ready to deal with their emotional body. What's the best tool that I have that is not pushing? Nutrition, detoxification. And so over the past 3 years, with this awareness, it's exactly what I've been so blessed to witness, is that I help people in the most gentle way, sharing with them very natural ways to detox. And what it has brought them is that space of where they're coming to me and saying, okay, Becky, I'm ready to do the inner work. I'm realizing this, I'm realizing that. And it's through that body connectivity, it's literally there to show you how powerful you are and how you literally have all the answers within. So that's my and it's brought me to be able to not just help people like my clients, but just to create a community of people to work with other women who are passionate about helping others at the level of health and personal development. So I'm so grateful. So thank you for being consistent with me, Taz, and leading me to where I am today.
You have such an incredible story. And what people need to understand is that our body is like a vessel, right? If we are meditating and channeling, we need to clear this. And if this is clogged, messages won't come through clearly. And when you put the highest vibrational foods in, the body is elevated, right? So now you're cleaning out this vessel, right? And the more we respect and we clear out this vessel, the more we have to receive. And I know, Becky, that you have a special guest today, right?
My Shemaya, my Reiki teacher, who I'm so grateful for, who like when I felt so alone, she was the like pretty much the only person that made me feel seen and feel less alone. And I would not also be like, oh, it's so cool because I'm in the middle of the screen, like both of you on either side, and both of you came into my life at the same time and have helped me in so many different ways. So yes, Shemaya, I love you. I would be so grateful if you would share how, like I know that you had done so many different types of like detoxing, right? Like you were in the rainforest and juicing and fast dry. You did done so many different types of like detox protocols, and then you also used our Purium superfoods. And I would be so happy and grateful if you would share like what was your experience being like a very experienced worker within energy work.
Thank you so much, Becky. Yes, I love you so much. Becky's beautiful energy, and Taz, you too. Thank you so much for the work that you guys do. I want to start with like talking about a class I took last March in New Zealand. So I'm a teacher and practitioner of energy healing and quantum healing hypnosis. So I started feeling energies again later on in my life, in my late 20s, early 30s, and then I got into this. So in that process, the beginning was to let go of eating meat, I'm not saying this is everyone's path, but feeling the vibration of the food came hand in hand with feeling energies. And what happened, what Tess said something very interesting. She said, if your body is not clean, you don't feel the energies, the spirit or the signals, the energy signals that are coming through you. That's maybe your intuition, whatever is helping your life, healing energies that we all have the right to access from the universe. So, what's interesting is I find when the body is unblocking, you also stop tuning into unnecessary radio stations or unnecessary signals from the universe. So, this is something I'm discovering a little bit in the past little while. So, in March, I took a class in New Zealand. It was called The New Human. It's how to bring energy through to activate new DNA codes, which we are all doing already, because there's higher vibrational light energy coming into Earth. How do we help that? How do we help the process of the new human that has so much potential in their DNA, in their body, and there's so much energy in the environment? So basically, the bottom line was letting go of. So, the three main things were discussed. The first thing being letting go of karmic patterns that are no longer yours, your parents, ancestors, whatever. And the second main thing she focused on was it's no longer, we are not in a time where we are to focus on healthy foods. We are to focus on superfoods. So we are no longer talking about eating blueberries. We are talking about wild blueberries. And we're not talking about spinach no more. We're talking about barley grass juice powder. And, we are just taking it a notch further because the energies that are coming to earth have taken it a notch up. And that will go on. So superfoods become so important. Superfoods and herbs become so important. So in my personal journey, so taking that from her, I came back and I went through a cleansing process. And by then I had really cleansed my diet out, but still I had two eczema patches that were appearing in my body. I was like, oh no, not again. And in 2015, I developed celiac disease, which was healed. I know people will say celiac disease cannot be healed, but I have healed celiac disease. I have healed 3 damaged discs, celiac disease purely through diet. So, but still something was wrong. And in one of my meditations, I started seeing this symbol. And I thought, oh, I have seen that symbol before. And I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm thinking. It was Becky. Becky was drinking from the. So in my memory, I couldn't figure out where that was coming from. But one of Becky's fellow colleagues had posted something on Instagram. I'm like, that's a symbol. Okay, that's Purium. So how I was guided to Purium was through spirit. So I spoke to this lady and she said, by the way, you know Becky, I'm Becky. I was like, oh, then I remembered how I had seen the symbol. So I spoke with Becky. And what happened was I did the 10-day cleanse. And since 2015, though my celiac disease was healed, I always felt instinctively it's not 100% healed. Something is sort of going back and forth. So what completely healed the situation is the 10-day cleanse. And then since then, I'm always on the power shake, of course. But twice a year, I do biomedic and I do super cleanser, which is what my body seems to need. I know everyone has different body types, but this has brought my body to an optimal function level at the gut. I've never, when I started Purium, I started feeling so clear in my head. I couldn't, and I realized for the first time, your gut is literally your second brain. And, people talk about it, but that's the first time I realized. So I am so grateful to have Purium in my life because that's my go-to, always, always my go-to. And with my clients also, it's amazing. I'm also an advocate for Purium. But it's amazing that these products are available to us and we are literally growing in consciousness. I'm sorry. Growing in consciousness, and it's so important to be superfood based because we need to take it a notch up to be able to deal with the energies. So that's my story. Thank you for listening to me.
Incredible. What an incredible story, Shamaya. Thank you so much for sharing it. I know this will benefit so many people, and to know that superfood, this is what fuels our cells, right? It fuels our mind. The more we understand the connectivity of our body, the more we understand how we can connect with our universe, right? Because we are one with the planet, with the universe. And what makes this even greater for me is knowing that I'm supporting great people, right? Dave and Amy, they're the most amazing people I've ever met. Their mission, everything is eco-friendly. I mean, you always have to follow who you support. And when you support good, good comes back to you, right? This is the divine law. So
yeah, just like, when we give our best, when we are able to give someone the best comes back to us. Yes, that's cool. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we are going to be showing you what we are giving back to you, what's helped all of us, and hopefully it will help you too. So I will continue sharing.
Just a short note. I hope I'm not being rude. I thought the call was at 12, but I'm so happy I was able to join at 1. I have an appointment in 4 minutes, so I have to go. So I'm wishing everyone a beautiful call. Bye.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm going to continue sharing. Okay. So our story. Okay. So Purium stands for pure and premium. So this is what we were talking about, right? Everything is raw, organic, and it's living enzymes. Becky, I know you love talking about this. I'll let you lead it.
Yay. Yes. So that is exactly what Purium is, right? That Pure Plus Premium. And why Tess is saying I love talking about it so much is that I've had the experience of working in an organic health food store in the supplement section with the quote unquote best of the best supplement companies. And the reason why I chose Purium, why I literally stopped using all the other companies I was using with myself and my clients, was because of that time working there. And I asked all of the companies that I did trainings with if they held up to these standards, and not one of them did. So what makes Purium is that it is USDA organic and it's live activated and sprouted ingredients. You are guaranteed that this farm, the where you are getting where the superfoods are coming from, it's not near an inorganic farm where you're getting overspray. All the other companies I worked with could not give me that guarantee. There's also no binders, fillers, hormones, herbicides, pesticides, or irradiated or genetically modified ingredients. This is huge, right? Because we're investing in our health. We're sharing this message with other people. We want to be giving them the best of the best. They're already investing in their health. It should be the best. And you don't want them to be, buying something like, for instance, what's very commonly found in the top level supplement companies, they put things like magnesium stearate in their capsules, and this impedes nutrient absorption. So it's literally like people are throwing out their money and they don't even know it. But with Purium, you have never had that. You've never have to worry about that. On top of that, there's no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, which are not only super acidic within the body, but they're hormone disruptors. They weaken the immune system, and you won't find any of that in Purium. Yay! So should I continue?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yay! Okay. So as somebody like, if you want to be helping people, you want to help them in the most efficient way possible. You want a system that is effective and that reaches the most amount of people. And that's what literally helped me create a much bigger business for myself. So I used to do one-on-one coaching, one-on-one like nutrition programming, and that took me so much time, and it didn't have the same kind of like adherence rate. People would do it for a bit and come off. This system, this ultimate lifestyle transformation, allows you to help those that you're working with in a shorter period of time, and then also allows you to help more people in that same amount of time, because they've literally created everything for you, from lifestyle meal guide, from call the Facebook groups, sorry, I'm mixing up my words, Facebook groups, support groups, everything is there for you. So using the absolute best of all of these superfoods that help people to, okay, sorry, I got a little distracted. All of these superfoods that help people to get the absolute most out of this 30-day plan, removing parasites, addressing leaky gut, helping to heal the gut microbiome, something that helps to lower inflammation in the body, and a plant-based protein that does not cause inflammation.
Beautiful. Okay, so Becky, would you like to talk about super aminos, or shall I?
Yeah, for sure. So,
Okay.
that's the last thing I just mentioned, right? Those super aminos. So I said they don't cause inflammation. And the reason why I say that is because most protein sources, well, pretty much all of them, including the plant-based ones, your body can only absorb 14 to 23%. And that process of trying to break down the rest of it is very harsh on the body. These super aminos, they have a utilization rate of 99% versus that 14 to 23%. And it's pre-digested straight into the bloodstream in 23 minutes. If someone's doing intermittent fasting, it doesn't break a fast. And it doesn't just support your muscles. People think protein, amino acid, muscle. Oh my goodness, it is so much more than that. The focus that you get. Every single one of my clients that is using the super aminos is just like, I thought I needed coffee. And they're like, no, I just needed super aminos. And on top of that, it also helps with skin elasticity. And like it mentions there too, the burning fat, right? Because the more muscle you have, the better your body is at burning fat.
Absolutely. And you know what I love about this? It was developed by Dr. Luca Moretti, who developed it for coma patients, right? To not have muscle atrophy. So this is in the physician's manual, and it's super safe. Kids can use it. All of my kids use it, and the elderly, and all ages. And the power shake. So I think we both can touch on this. So there's something that a lot of you know. Yes, I am a scientist, but everything that I was guided through was through spirituality. So I'm actually a pranic energy healer, right? So I've been doing this for 13 years, and feeling the energy, this is what led me to this company. I feel it's almost guided me. And when I saw the ingredients of the power shake, and not just the ingredients, but the quality and how it's made, this is what made me a true believer. This power shake by itself equals 6 organic superfood salads. Okay. And you remember I was talking about the eco friendly packaging? Well, this packaging is made out of hemp and Heltigera by tree resin. So you could plan the packaging. How amazing is that? Isn't that the perfect energy exchange?
It's, it makes me feel even more assured as to why I'm investing in I'm investing in my health with this company. I'm voting with my dollar, right? I could invest in a company that's using plastic, but what is that doing to our earth? So this is doing positive for our earth, meaning our body and the earth that we live in.
Absolutely. And everything is enzymatic foods. All you have to do is add water, and there you go. So you reduce cravings, you fuel your cells and satiety. I know that you love this, Becky, right?
Oh my goodness. I have it. I mean, when we do just maintenance, it's suggested once a day, but I have it at least twice a day. I love it so much. And every time I go for it, I'm literally looking at it and I'm just saying, I'm like, I'm so excited to have you because it's not just that it tastes amazing, like I love the taste, but it's how I feel after. And I don't, sometimes you eat and you feel tired,
Yeah.
like and you have digestive disturbances and all these things. Like you consume this, you feel satiated, you're not hungry, and you have energy.
Exactly. And you get your full micronutrients, which is super important.
Exactly. That's why people say like, how are you getting satiated from water and a shake? And it's like because our body looks for micronutrients. It's looking for those vitamins and minerals. That's what satiates you. That's a big reason why a lot of people overeat, because our food doesn't have the same vitamin and mineral quantity than it did 100 years ago. So this is self food, and you get so much with so much less.
Beautiful. And biomedic, we were talking about nourishment, right? Now we're talking about detoxification, and they go hand in hand because your gut is your second brain, or some might argue your first brain, right? Your serotonin levels are actually found in your gut. And you know how much percent of serotonin levels are found in your gut? 90%. 90% of your neurotransmitters are found in your gut. So if you're going through mental health issues, anxiety, brain fog, you have to always look back at your gut. And Biomedic helps repair, detoxify, and rebuild your microbiome.
It's gold. I actually had, like I mentioned earlier in our call, like I had lost my dad and I experienced depression several times a year. And it wasn't until I started with Biomedic that I did not fall in. Like I would get sad, of course, but it wouldn't be this downward spiral. And it hit me finally one day. I'm like, wow, this coincided as when I first started with Biomedic. And I was just so, so grateful. On top of that, like I've never had as good digestion as I do right now. I thought I used to look at the people like that would eat and then go to the bathroom and I'd be like, well, that must be nice. And then
Yeah.
finally now I like my elimination is what it should be. And that's also, you guys, one of the first illness signs of illness is inability to eliminate, and people don't realize that, and so many people are not regularly using the bathroom. So on top of everything that it says here, it will improve your body's eliminate ability to eliminate.
And Becky, I want to also add that, when you're meditating and you're allowing so much energy into your being, into your crown chakra, you have to rebuild your microbiome to be able to receive all of these messages, to be able to be receptive.
Absolutely, it's all connected. If you even look at like the what the intestines look like, it's so similar to the brain, right? And we're getting all that light in from our crown chakra. It's it supports you. It allows you, like Taz said, allows you to just download those light codes even more quickly.
Absolutely. Apothecary. Okay, so what Shamaya was talking about, remember she was saying that we are embarking into superhumans who are using superfoods, and we're not just using wild blueberries anymore. We're using wild blueberries. Well, welcome to something even more elevated than that. Apothecary has more antioxidant than any fruit imaginable, more than wild blueberries. And there's only one ingredient in here. That is tart cherries. So that means it's super beneficial for the entire family. Anyone can have it. Everyone can have it, from a child to pregnancy to elderly to everyone. And this tart cherry lowers inflammation and produces melatonin levels naturally. So I've been hearing so many people lately, they've been telling me they're on melatonin pills. What do you say when someone tells you they're on melatonin pills, Becky?
Oh my goodness. I tell them that we want to get rid of those as quick as possible because your body, your body's going to stop producing that melatonin on its own. And that was also something that I learned from working at that organic health food store, is that we were told, if you see clients coming back in and they just keep buying melatonin, please let them know. Let them know like what they could be doing to their body. It's that's why I feel even more like this sense of responsibility to continue to share this message, because so many people are out there wanting to do good for their health and they just don't have the right people directing them. They don't know, and so like we need to share this message. This is going to help you naturally produce your melatonin. It won't deplete anything. It'll just make you again better at being that superhuman you already are.
Absolutely. And it tightens your skin. It helps you stay in a REM sleep 3 hours longer. And what's important about REM sleep is that this is a time that you have DNA repair. Okay. So your cells are repairing itself. And you know what else happens? You wake up feeling refreshed. No more cranky, no groggy. You wake up with the best sleep of your life. And I've been hearing so many parents that come to me and they tell me that their kids are going through anxiety and they put them on melatonin. So this is the the best suggestion to that.
Agreed.
Okay, super cleanser. I'll leave that up to you, Becky.
Yay. Okay. So I've had experience with multiple different types of antiparasitics. Like I said, when I worked in that health food store, I had access to all different brands, all different kinds, and I had the ability to speak with the reps for the companies and, dive deep, ask lots of questions. And that's why another reason what made me partner with Purium was because of this, because of that super. I think it is necessary that we do antiparasitics twice a year, even if we don't consume animal protein, because it's it's present within that we consume parasites, and they deteriorate our health over time. And this is done in the most gentle way possible. So not only are there natural antiparasitics in our super cleanser, but there's also things that help your body to naturally remove waste, like the senna, cascara sagrada, and the marshmallow root. This is really, really marshmallow root. I did not find that in any other. I did not find anything in any other like combination like this. And a lot of people say like, oh, do I have to stay home? Will I be running to the bathroom? And the answer is no. You will, when you go, it will be efficient. That's my best way to say it. And it's not, yeah, it's not harsh on the system like typically Senna is. There's Senna, but it's just the right amount. So it helps to remove parasites. It helps you to eliminate toxins in the most gentle way and effective way possible.
Perfectly said. So, with this, you have three schedules, okay? So, we want this transformation to be personalized for you. So, we give you options. You have your simple schedule, okay? That's a 30-day transformation. This is you incorporate naturally into your daily life. You have the accelerated option. This is for those who want to see the quickest results. And then you have the intermittent fasting schedule. So I suggest this one when someone already lives an intermittent fasting lifestyle. So then you can easily incorporate it into your lifestyle.
Yes. I also like, oh, I was just gonna say, if ever anybody wants to, you can always do any of the schedules with the intermittent fasting if you want to. You know, some people say, "Oh, I really want to do the accelerated." I'm like, "Okay, we can help you adjust it into an 8-hour window."
Beautifully said. And the flex food. People ask us all the time, Becky, right? Is this is all you eat?
Yeah, I get that question a lot. And no, everything's laid out for you. You have a whole list of food options to choose from. They're all superfoods because remember, superfood just means high nutrient and low in calories. So, like sweet potato, it's a superfood. And your flex foods, which are your snacks, everything there, again, it's all designed so that you have the absolute best detox process. It has been every single food has been chosen purposefully to not disrupt the elimination process and only help it.
Beautiful. And with Purium, what Becky was mentioning before is that you have support. We're in a time that we need support, and we need support from like-minded individuals. So we have a Facebook support group, we have weekly support calls, and we have support with your Purium coach. So that's the person who invited you onto this call today. So reach back out to them and they will happily guide you through all of this. And what I love about Purium is that it has a 30-day money back guarantee it has a 60-day money back guarantee on a 30-day program. So they are very confident that all of this works. If for any reason, even if empty, you're not happy and satisfied with everything, please send it back. But I know you will be satisfied.
Absolutely. Like, what other company does that? 60 days. You could finish everything and still send it back, but no one does. Everyone's like, give me more. I want more.
So, Becky, how do I get started?
Yay! It's as simple as you can scan the QR code here, or you can get back to whoever sent you to this video. They have a gift card code for you that will unlock $100 off your ultimate lifestyle transformation, along with all the support that you need to go along through this process.
Thank you. So, change awaits you, and what are you waiting for? So I'm going to unshare my screen and come back and thank you all for being on this call. And we are going to do these calls weekly, if it's the Ascension call or a different Zoom. And you can, in the chat, you can always write us messages. If there's something that came up or you want to address, we are happy to answer all of them. I just want to check the chat if there's anything else. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you so much.